She's so fine. Hell of a hell of a blows my mind. Hell of a lights my day.
What's good, guys? Today is Thursday, August the 10th, 2023. This video will again be regarding missing 39-year-old from North Carolina, Allisha Watts, who was last seen with her 51-year-old boyfriend of approximately 1 year, James Dunmore. She was last seen on July the 16th of 2023. Time is of the essence in this case. Now, up until yesterday, the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department had not said a single word to the media regarding this case. They had not reached out to the public for help in locating Allisha Watts, but they broke their silence yesterday. And I did a video regarding that because the news came out as I was editing my video I was working on. Now, Captain Joel McNally of the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department's Violent Crime Division did interviews with the Charlotte, North Carolina media yesterday. And he told WCNC that investigators are committed to getting answers for Allisha Watts' family. Yet that's not what the family feels. Now, he said that despite hundreds of man-hours dedicated to the search, they still don't know whether Allisha Watts is alive or deceased or where she even is, and that there are no charges pending for James Dunmore. In fact, he went on to say that they have yet to interview James Dunmore due to medical issues. Now, he spoke about this person of interest, naming James Dunmore a person of interest. And he says that a person of interest can mean a lot of different things, and that any person who's connected to Allisha Watts is of interest to them. Now, he said that James Dunmore is not in the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department's custody, and that there are no immediate plans to arrest him on any charge. Went on to say this is a missing persons investigation, and they continue to piece together a timeline of the couple's movements. He said, "We want to find the last time somebody has been seen in a missing persons investigation, because that is the point we know they are missing from." Now, WCNC showed Joel McNally a surveillance image of Dunmore and Watts. And he said that that was a picture of Allisha Watts at North Lake Mall, and that photo appears to have been taken before Allisha Watts was reported missing. But Allisha Watts' family members are continuously frustrated by what they call a lack of information. And he says that investigators are in constant communication with the family. And this is how he explained this. He said, in any kind of case that we work, we designate a family member who is the point of contact. And the reason why we do that is so that we can have one central point of contact to go through. We rely on that family member to inform other friends and families. We're detectives. We want to work the case. We want to find Allisha. That's our goal. So we need that family member to communicate with other family members. I understand that. I truly do. Especially when you have a large family and you get into sisters, brothers, aunties, uncles, cousins. But when you have the sister of Allisha Watts contacting you, there's got to be some kind of method that they can at least return a phone call. It just comes across as very nonchalant. And I can totally see Allisha Watts' younger sister, Tammy Utley's side on that. As I've said, they have held multiple searches in many different locations. And they held their third vigil the other night. for missing Allisha Watts. And I want to go ahead and cut to that right now.
23 days. That's how long it's been since Allisha Watts was last seen in Charlotte. Queen City News reporter Daniel Pierce tonight traveled to Anson County, where her community is demanding accountability for those who are not telling authorities everything.
This is the third vigil in 3 weeks Allisha Watts' family and friends have held. 23 days with no answers, but they reiterate that in their heart, they feel she is coming home soon.
We lift up Allisha before you on tonight, God. Ask you, Lord, to have mercy, God. Ask you, God, to bring her home, God.
This is more than just a prayer. It has become a battle cry for Allisha's friends and family, one they've pushed out each day since her disappearance, one they won't stop sharing.
I declare and I decree that Allisha Watts is coming home in the name of Jesus.
Tuesday night's vigil spot is the Anson County DMV, a crucial location in Allisha's story.
We want to feel her presence in any way that we can. We have gone to her house where she lives in Foxfire, just to anticipate that we can get a vibe, because we are missing her tremendously.
She was last seen on July 6th in Charlotte after taking a trip with her boyfriend, James Dunmore. Her car was found 2 days later in this parking lot with Dunmore in it. Authorities later searched his house for evidence of murder. He has not been charged in her disappearance.
Let us know something. Stand with the family. Stand with the friends. Sheriff, where are you? Detectives, where are you? Let us know so we can figure out and shorten out our distance of search.
Well, it's hard for Allisha's community to know what's true, who to trust. They say their faith will not fail them, and it will not fail her.
We need to search for the living and not for the dead. And our searches will reveal where she is. We get discouraged, but we don't give up.
This same group held a search party over the weekend, going to places that law enforcement have been and places they feel law enforcement have missed. And right now, they're trying to schedule another party.
Now, I can understand that James Dunmore's medical condition, which Captain Joel McNally didn't want to discuss, obviously due to HIPAA, would prevent them from being able to speak to him. Got that. But my question is this. Is he still inpatient somewhere? Even if it's a facility for mental health? Is that what the problem is? And why they can't speak to him? Because they can't get to him? I'm hoping that is why they can't get to him. Because it just doesn't look good. He is the last person known to have been seen with her, okay? There's no way that you can avoid speaking to him. He is the missing piece of this puzzle. And if you go back to his estranged wife's complaint that she filed just this year, just a few short months ago, she said that he took her against her will for 3 days and 2 nights to Lane, South Carolina. Now, his connection to Lane, South Carolina is that his grandmother lived there. And he has relatives all over the place. He has many in South Carolina. He has some in New York, Baltimore, Maryland, Tennessee, Lebanon, Tennessee. He has relatives all over the place. I'm not sure if the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department has even attempted to speak to any of his relatives. Like, they've got to do something. They've got to. Because this is critical. What time is of the essence here. And I did a little further research on James Dunmore because I was just curious, like, is he retired? Is he employed? Because I'm looking at his house and his vehicle, and I'm thinking he had to have been employed at some point. He must have a pretty decent job. Is he reporting to work? So when I dug into his properties, I found that his home doesn't even belong to him. It is in a relative's name, a very close relative's name. And that property was purchased in 1988. So it's been in the family for an extended period of time. So they have lived in that neighborhood for a very long time. Just the family in general. So that's just a little tidbit of information I wanted to throw out there. Now, that's just simple research. So I'm hoping the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department, since they're not using the resources that have been extended to them from various organizations who are willing and ready to help them, I'm hoping that they are at least doing the bare minimal of research on James Dunmore. Now, I was looking at the timeline on Allisha Watts' disappearance, and like I said in my video before, she has not even been added into the NAMUS index. The Charlotte Mecklenburg police have not even put her into the NAMUS index for missing people. I do not understand that. But if we go over this timeline again, Allisha Watts was last seen by friends in Moore County on July the 16th. Allisha Watts and James Dunmore left for Charlotte in her black Mercedes SUV. Had tickets to the comedy show at Bojangles Coliseum but did not attend. On July the 18th, her phone and his phone both pinged at his house at 1633 Pamela Lorraine Drive in Charlotte. Hours later, Allisha Watts' black Mercedes SUV was found in the parking lot of Anson County DMV office in Polkton, with James Dunmore found inside and unresponsive. One day later, the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department files a missing persons report for Allisha Watts. Foxfire Police, which is where Allisha Watts lives, searched her home looking for her animal because her dad called them to check on the welfare of Allisha Watts' dog, and they said she was not in the home. Now, were they just looking for an animal? Because it wasn't until after the fact that they were informed by the CMPD that this is a missing persons case. So that makes me wonder if they've since been back in there. Now, on July the 20th, Anson County Sheriff's Office links the SUV to Allisha Watts and calls him, James Dunmore, a person of interest in her disappearance. A shell casing was found along the street in front of his home. Anson County Sheriff's Department seems to be on the right track in this case. It's the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department that doesn't seem to be. Now, 4 days later, the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department announced that Allisha Watts' car has been found. One day after that, the Anson County Sheriff's Office releases a statement saying that James Dunmore was found along with the SUV. On July the 26th, police officers searched James Dunmore's Charlotte area home at 1633 Pamela Lorraine Drive. So it's important that we keep this timeline together. I'm going to continue to speak on this case. Every little tidbit of information can help bring Allisha Watts home. And I know I'm in Kentucky, but I filed a form with the Find Allisha Watts group, and I told them that I would be willing to help to do anything I possibly could in this case. It's just as simple as filling out a form, guys. You can make ribbons. You can do whatever needs to be done. You don't have to be in that area. So I urge everyone that is able to please do something. Let's bring this woman home. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.